After you have assessed the readiness level of the learner or readiness level of the children, then you will start the teaching learning process. And then you will use questions during the teaching learning process to enhance the learning of the children and to enhance the critical thinking ability of the children. So here you are using assessment as learning and assessment for learning. So here we can talk about an interesting concept called Bloom's taxonomy. So Bloom's taxonomy says that when you are learning a new subject or a new topic, the first step is remembering some basic facts and concepts. For example, if you are talking about calculating the area of a triangle, then there are several different formulas that you can use to calculate the area of a triangle depending on what type of triangle it is. For calculating the area of an equilateral triangle, you can use a different formula. For isosceles triangle, you can use a different formula. For a right angle triangle, you can use a different formula. So depending on what type of triangle you are trying to calculate the area for, you can use different types of formulas. So the first step is to remember all these different formulas and recall them. The next step is you understand the concept as to where do you need to use which kind of formula. Where do you use Heron's formula, or where do you use the simple half into base into height wala formula? So you will understand what is the reason these different formulas exist and where can you use these formulas. So you will be able to explain these concepts and ideas. The next step is you'll be able to apply what you have learned in different situations. Suppose you are given a triangle, then you can look at the triangle and you can assess whether this is a right angle triangle or an equilateral triangle or an isosceles triangle, and you will use the information that you have learned previously to solve this problem, right? So you can use the information in the new situation, and then you can analyze. In the sense, you are at the next step where if you are given a very complex shape, then you can analyze the shape, you can divide the shape into different types of triangles, and you can use the appropriate formula to calculate the area of each triangle and add them up so that you get the area of the complete shape. So that way you are able to analyze, compare, organize and experiment so that you can arrive at the correct answer. The next step is to evaluate, and this is where if you are arguing with somebody, you are able to justify as to why you used a specific formula or a specific approach, and you can defend your decision or view. And the final level is you have become an absolute expert and you are now creating your own formula or your own theorems to approach a particular problem. So this way, the first step is to remember, the next step is to understand, the third step is to apply what you have remembered and what you have understood, and then you reach a stage where you can analyze different problems and use the right approach, and then you can evaluate, that is you are able to justify or defend your decision and defend your position, and then you reach the final stage where you are able to create your own formulas or your own viewpoints. So this is Bloom's taxonomy. Now when we are talking about questions for enhancing learning and critical thinking, the aim of the questions should be to move children or move learners from the basic level at the bottom of the pyramid towards the top of the pyramid. Of course, everybody will not reach the create level, but you should be able to move the children from the remember level at least till the apply or the analyze level. So that way you need to formulate appropriate questions so that you can move children from the basic levels, that is remembering things, to understanding, applying or analyzing things. So this is how you can use questions for enhancing learning and enhancing critical thinking.